Hello, parents of my Math for Personal Finance Period 5 students. My name is Gary Pascal, and I've been working at Summit High School since 2005. I've got over 20 years experience working with students with special needs, ranging from being an aide to a teacher to a district administrator for special education. Teaching is by far the best of all of those, and getting to teach this population is just absolutely delicious, for lack of a better word. In most cases, I have worked with your children before as their unified soccer and basketball coach. So I'm really excited to get to work with them in the classroom, doing math for personal finance, which is really one of my favorite subjects. As you can see in this slide, this is my phone number and extension. However, it goes straight to voicemail. So if you want to get in touch with me, I would recommend using the email instead. Okay, so we're just going to go through this little outline here just to show you a little bit of what our class is going to look like. Okay, so about me, I just told you about me. So I've been working in this school since 2005. I did leave for a couple of years to work in administration, but I'm very happy to be back. I work in other pull-out resource classes. I work in gen ed classes doing geometry this year, but I've done Algebra 1, Algebra 2. I've really spent my whole career not only working with special needs kids, but also with the math departments. So this is my home. This is my briar patch. This is my comfort zone. We do have two paraprofessionals in the room, Miss Julie Liu and Miss Sarah Arano, who are absolutely wonderful. The ratio is great. There are 4 students in the class, and there are 3 of us. So we do a lot of breakout rooms, 1-on-1, 2-on-1, and we try to keep relationships that work well together. At the same time, we also like to mix it up just to make sure that everybody's getting a great experience. So they are absolutely instrumental to making this class happen. Because with only 4 students, you can have some really high variance of skill sets and levels. So it's great to have that the individual teachers working with students. So let's talk about some of the topics we're going to work through this year. Being a Math for Personal Finance class, it still requires us to do some math. And so the beginning of this year is really a lot of reinforcement and review of the basic operations, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. It's helping students develop a number sense. It's helping students apply math to real life scenarios, which is really just a euphemism for word problems, but I don't tell the students that, and when to use the appropriate operations. We are also going to be working with, obviously fractions and decimals, and how decimals especially relate to money. Okay. I should mention at this time also that I work very closely with Lauren McTaggart, who is also their math teacher, and the two of us collaborate constantly. We share one another's materials. I know that she worked with this population last year, so there's a lot of articulation between the two of us on what we should be working on and what skills we might be able to work on. So, that collaboration is really beneficial to the students. We're also going to work, as we look at the bottom of this slide, to working with approximation and estimation, right? About $4.48, is that about $4.50? That's a very important skill as they go out into the world of spending money. So the other part of this course is personal finance and also gaining employment. We're learning about employment, learning about how to make money. Why is it important to learn about money and to make money? How do you get a job? How do you keep a job? What are the skills that are required for you to talk to someone that you want to work for? And why is it important to show up on time and to dress nicely and to get that broccoli out of your teeth and to make eye contact and be friendly? So as we look over here, what are some ways to save my money? So we will learn about opening up a bank account and depositing money and taking out money and how we can safely spend money. So whether we use cash there might be some introductions to credit cards, but at the same time, we're really trying to keep this very practical and very reasonable for these students to understand. And ideally, this course was set up so that we were to open the school store, which is right down the hall there, and have these 4 students actually work the store during school hours. We were so excited about this last year when Nicole Allen told me that we're going to reopen the store and we're going to have these kids working at the store. I nearly jumped over my desk. I was so happy. Life came along, and obviously this year is running a little bit differently. So we are not sure about the status of the store. There's obviously some major uncertainty. So I wanted, the unfortunate part of this is that the tangible part of working a store might become a little more abstract to them. But we are going to be creative, and we're going to work collaboratively, and we're going to try to come up with some ways that the students can get an experience in learning about working at a store. Really, what it boils down to is what you see on this slide. What exactly is a store? What happens when you walk in a store? Where do these products come from? And where does the money go when you pay the person? It doesn't go into their pocket. So how does a store make money? And how does it decide to sell its products? Now, we could get into some basic marketing, but it really is a matter of who wants to buy things and why. So I think these students have a lot to offer us. Having been out in the town and worked with you guys and with their families, I think it's going to be a really, really enjoyable experience for them. Also, what are the responsibilities of a store manager? What are the responsibilities of a store employee? Getting back to what we were talking about earlier about why it's important to be a good employee and how ultimately it can help you by making some money. So that is our presentation, okay? I want to thank you for taking the time to watch my video. If you go, let's go back to the first slide here. I will be happy to send you this slide and this information. I hope that you get in touch with me if you have any concerns at all. Obviously, we know this school year has started differently. So especially with regard to technology and making sure that the needs are met of all of our students, whether they're in person or virtual or both. It obviously has been a challenge, but we're very optimistic and we're doing our best to try to see the glass as half full. And I'm just so happy to be back in school seeing these kids. So, and I think that they're having a good time too. We're really enjoying this class. Please, please, please get in touch with me, call me, send me an email if you have any questions or concerns, and I'd be happy to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of these videos, and stay safe and enjoy the rest of the school year. Bye-bye.